Are back, ladies and gentlemen, aka nobody that's watching. How are you? I'm Zach,
Good
JJ,
evening.
Big Braxton Colt,
Hello. I
whatever you want to
overheard
call me.
someone say that Alaron Locke is missing. I don't know what happened to him. His wife, Ursani, is beside herself with grief.
Shoplifting and obstruction of a law enforcement officer.
Cam Ward. Draft night? Who y'all think's getting drafted first? I think it's going to be me,
I
personally.
overheard someone say that Alaron Locke is missing.
I heard it's actually going to be me.
The cops tracked down two women who had snatched thousands of dollars worth of clothing from a Carter's.
How do you do?
The description of the suspects led Officer Morales to the SUV.
Oh,
Are you ready to earn your... I'm afraid I haven't had time to prepare anything. Perhaps you can help with that, however. I'll need you to have a little chat with Varen Vamori, and you can learn something. Are you so eager to begin? Very well. We can... I'm afraid... Perhaps I'll... I'm afraid... No? What? Are you ready? I'm afraid I haven't had time. Perhaps I'll need... Please, I'm in desperate need of...
The woman, whose name was Vina, put on her innocent victim face. She claimed she could prove the items in her bag were properly purchased. With a bit of sleuthing from law enforcement, they'd surely get to the bottom of things.
Well met. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm... Goodbye.
You could run an itemized receipt. We're all with one of the females.
Greetings,
Evening.
team.
I
Yes?
overheard someone say that Alaron Locke...
What? You too.
It's my... You too.
They're at the Nike store, at least one of them. You'd be able to walk over there. Man, can you just step out the classroom, please? Okay. Let me see your bag.
Alright, you just attend right now, alright?
Okay. So right now you're just gonna be detained, okay? So I have to place you in cuffs.
You're not under arrest, like you say, you registered with somebody that stole arms, okay, you have fun, alright? Don't take over here when they say you is or not you, but you fucking turn on, alright? That's why I said, like, once they confirm it is or not you, it's not you, then we'll let you go, but it's you, we'll have a talk about it, alright?
The officer's colleagues checked the surveillance footage to confirm the physical description of the woman. They were also searching for her accomplice, who was doing her best to avoid being seen.
Hello, associate.
Apparently we just got a call about, two females
Are you-
matching the description you're wearing.
I'm... Perhaps I'll...
Saw you outside the vehicle.
I don't understand it. He even stole... Perhaps he thinks... It did.
We have to make sure that everything's accounted for in that.
If you... Make sure Varen hands over that stuff.
It's kind of a little suspicious that you're
Hello, associate.
With her evasive answers, she thought she was covering her tracks. However, by looking confused about her sister's whereabouts, she seemed like a liar. It was starting to dawn on everyone that Vina was concealing something and that her sister had gone into hiding.
Her sister's walking somewhere. She doesn't know where her sister's at.
She's like, oh, baby, that is me saying, I don't know she's nothing on her.
Hi there. Something I can help? What's your... Silver? Bye. Yes?
Oh, hello. Good evening.
Hail, citizen. I speak. The mythic dawn have been Farewell, citizen.
Oh, I think I hear someone. Aki? What's up?
The deputy spoke with the store employees to check the video footage to confirm the woman's involvement. However, she exhibited no sense of shame. As she was being placed under arrest, she even appeared to smile. At least she was smart enough to know that not resisting was the best option.
Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up.
She said she does have it on. She does. She said that she has items.
Greeny, here's the best way I can illustrate the Titans' level of conviction with keeping their first overall pick. I spoke with a Giants source who told me the Titans were not moving off that pick. He said, quote, "We tried." A Titans source said the Giants were the most aggressive team trying to move to 1, but the Titans wanted none of it. Which brings me to a story about Cam Ward's pro day last month. Ward completed a beautiful deep pass right in front of Titans head coach and GM. Ward turned to them and he said, quote, "I'm going to solidify things today." And Ward has done exactly that.
The Cleveland Browns have entertained calls from multiple teams inquiring about the number 2 overall pick. They are expected to keep their phone lines open until they are on the clock, and then they will make a decision. Now, most people around the league expect Cleveland to stand pat and take Colorado's draft.
Trade that shit.
But the Browns have what a team source described to me as a very short list of players.
Cleveland needs to trade that pick, please.
So moving down the board slightly is not out of the question. Meanwhile, the Browns would love to come away with this draft with a passer, but they won't press the issue for the sake of a splash. They would prefer not to trade into the late first round.
At number 3 in the first round, the New York Giants are in the spot of this draft. What will they do? Will they draft a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders of Colorado? No team has done more work on Shedeur Sanders than the Giants. All the scouting, all the interviews, the last-minute workout. Do they pass on Sanders and take perhaps a blue-chip prospect like Abdul Carter of Penn State? And if they don't take Sanders at 3, are they willing to jump back into the bottom of the first round and take a quarterback? The target would be Jackson Dart.
In conversations with top Patriots officials, they are determined to come out of this draft with more support for quarterback Drake May. At times over the last 24 to 48 hours, they haven't been certain what the Giants are going to do right before them, so they are leaving themselves open to the possibility of a surprise. But the foundation of their plan is to build a stronger foundation around May, with left tackle a top priority.
The Saints are in need of a future franchise quarterback, but don't expect for them to reach for one with the number 9 pick. Instead, watch for the Saints to begin building a fresh defensive front that will fit new coordinator Brandon Staley's 3-4 scheme and select the best interior lineman or edge player available. As for quarterbacks, they've got capital to maneuver if they want to add a late first-round pick or move up in the second round. The quarterbacks I'm hearing they're most interested in, Jackson Dart and Tyler Shuck. Greeny.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. I'm hearing the name Jackson Dart a lot from a lot of those reporters. We'll see at what point tonight, if at all, we wind up hearing his name. In the meantime, you saw some of the players who will be here. They are in the green room, and that's where our Molly McGrath is standing by. She'll have our interviews with the players all night long. Good evening, Molly.
Good evening, Greeny. That's right. There are 15 draft prospects in this green room, all hoping to hear their names in this first round here tonight. And once they receive that life-changing phone call from their new team, players will walk this way towards this tunnel to make their way to the stage to meet with Commissioner Roger Goodell. Now, they'll walk into this hallway as college prospects, and then about 45 seconds later, they're going to walk out onto that stage as professional football players. And Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty teared up when I asked him about this moment, and he said, "This will be a heartwarming walk for me because my journey to this point was not straight. You know, growing up as a military kid, under-recruited, living overseas, but accomplishing my goals anyway." on this mark in front of over 250,000 fans as the NFL history for the next generation starts now
Someone
in the
hitting me?
shadow of historic Lambeau Field.
Green Bay. For more than 100 years, your city has been essential to the NFL's journey.
There wouldn't be any professional football without the Packers.
We thank you for everything.
People of Green Bay should be proud of what they've done.
For the moments.
Green Bay back in by Green Bay. NFL champions for the third straight year. And his first Lambeau League.
The legends.
40 trophies will be back in Titletown, USA.
And the traditions.
This is one of the most special professional sport.
Welcome, everybody, to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and to night one of the 2025 NFL Draft, presented by Courtyard by Marriott. You can see this place has filled up in the shadow of Lambeau Field. We have an estimated 250,000 people who have come here tonight to watch all 32 National Football League teams have their shapes completely remade, as each of them has a selection in tonight's draft. At least as of now, we are expecting a great many trades along the way. Adam Schefter will be here with all of those. The fans are ready to go. The commission will be out here shortly. The players are ready to go. The National Football League draft is just about underway as the commissioner will put the Tennessee Titans on the clock in just a matter of moments. That's Lambeau Field. The green room is packed with players. You've just heard Molly McGrath introducing you to several of those who are here. Cam Ward, expecting to hear his name first tonight, began his journey at the incarnate Word, and tonight expected to be the first pick in the National Football League draft. A remarkable rise for that player who made the right decision a year ago when he almost came out as Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner, a superstar on offense, a superstar on defense, the sort of prospect the National Football League has not seen in decades. Can he become the new superstar? Of course, his teammate, Shedeur Sanders, is not here tonight. We don't know exactly when his name will be called. He has been the most talked about player leading up through this entire draft process. The quarterback at Colorado, will he hear his name called tonight at all? That certainly will be one of the storylines as he and his legendary father watch round one of the NFL draft tonight from Texas. And we bring you inside this draft theater. We are absolutely thrilled once again to bring you this magnificent event. It is our privilege to welcome you to Green Bay. The not quite frozen tundra tonight, although it feels like football weather here in Green Bay, as it usually does. That's us on that stage right outside.
favorite
Hello?
night of the year. I'd rather be here than the
So?
Super Bowl, than the opener, or the kickoff. I love the draft, and my phone is already alive. I think we're going to get up at the top. Hey, Pat, thanks for having me. Couldn't be happier. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, you're damn right, Shreds. I like that you took your jacket off just to vest, you know, a little bit casual but professional. It's a big-time night. Shreds, you just alluded to it there. I think there's been rumors all day that there's going to be a lot of fireworks. Connor said it, D-Bud said it, I think Matt Mel said it. I think we're all hearing it. What does that mean? Is that a lot of trades, Shreds, or what is the thought here?
We could have a trade at the top. Nothing has been done yet. You saw Jay Glazer's tweet perhaps online. The Jaguars are a team that's been looking around to go front back. But I reported on ESPN on Monday. I came on Get Up with Greeny. I said, hey, the Browns and the Giants, their phone lines are open at 2 and 3. Now the Titans, Pat, they told everybody, we're not listening. Cam Ward's our guy. We're moving right along. The Browns did not say that. The Giants did not say that. Is there a Godfather deal to move up in the draft to either 2 or 3? Phone lines are open. Nothing official yet, but know that there are calls being made.
Okay, Matt Mel, what does that mean to you? What does that mean? Only one team is solidified. Could be the biggest or most amount of question marks we've had since covering the draft.
Yeah, without a doubt, but I actually think there might be a sleeper team. I think there might be a sleeper team that not even Schrags has heard about. Listen, everybody knows, you know, this is Green Bay, okay? The Packers are sitting at the back half of the draft, obviously very late, 23rd pick or so. Listen, I'm kind of reading the tea leaves a little bit. Don't discount maybe the Packers jumping up into the top 10 and kind of shaking things up a little bit for the fans here.
That would be a wild move. Coach Mike McCarthy, let's talk about some of these teams potentially trading back. I believe we've talked to you over the last 24 hours. That's not a move that you hate. You don't mind going back a little bit. Why do you think at the top they're thinking about that 2-3? And what do you think is a haul that they could potentially get?
Well, I think the biggest thing is everybody puts so much into these boards and they're looking away, you know, their personal needs are and where they think the different positions are going to fall off. I'm always been a fan of going back. I know my first year in Green Bay, 06, 07, I think we had 10, 11, 12.
I can hear.
And that's really the basis of your football team where you get a lot of depth and so forth. So I think as you guys, you know, the amount of work that goes into this is a huge night for the whole organization. But going back to me, I've always felt served the roster development component very well.
Okay, I love that. I love to hear that. Now, I know as we go through the night, some picks are going to be made by teams, and we are just going to be peppering you with questions. So we appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Let's go back to that draft game. Tone, 2, 3, 4 potentially open. Is that because of the superstars at the top of this, and maybe the lack of quarterbacks at the top of the draft, AP Tone?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's all the guys are talking about. You know, is this a starter, not a star draft? But there are some stars. One being Abdul Carter, one being Travis Hunter, one being Ashton Genty, and then if you
This guy looks so nice.
Tyler Warren, guys like that. So in a draft where it's so star heavy in the first 2-3 picks with just those guys, then you're looking at those starters. There's teams that definitely would want to go up there and get those stars in Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty, and then, you know, guys 5 through 25, 5 through 30, you know, they have similar grades. So it's a situation where teams, if they want to make a huge splash, they're going to go up and try to get one of those guys.
Triggs, when did Cam Ward become the solidified number 1 for the Tennessee Titans, you think? And why do you think that was so easily decided after the draft process began? But at the beginning, there's no clear number 1 quarterback.
Let me give you a little story time going back to the combine. They bring him in for a meeting, and Cam Ward, they surprise him. And I think Coach will love this, with a tape of his worst plays of his college career. All the worst shit that he did in college. And they said, okay, explain all of it. He didn't shy away. He had an answer, he had an explanation for everything. It was the worst of the worst. He took full blame for any bad play, but also explained what could have done right and where the communication went wrong. They then, Pat, went to San Antonio, Texas to speak with everyone at Incarnate.
Hey, yo, is that Destiny's friend? Tell her I said she's hot.
7,500 kids school down there in San Antonio. The Titans brass went down there and did an investigation process, and it came back as clean as it could be. Did the same up in Pullman at Washington State, and then went down to Miami. The last stage of it was his visit to Nashville. And I'm told, not only did he impress everyone in the C-suite, Miss Amy and the whole deal,
You won't talk about fire and stuff.
Tried to meet everyone in the cafeteria, introduced himself. They love the player,
They love the kid, and this is not one of these big marketing machine with the agent and the brand and this and that. No, this is a kid who just wants to ball and was a 0-star recruit out of high school who started his path at Incarnate Word.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, we love everything about that story. And Coach Mike McCarthy, you hear Peter Schrager talking about the interviews and all the behind-the-scenes stuff that's taking place because this is a multi-million-dollar decision, right?
I don't talk like that. Oh, Christ, you're killing me. But I think I love all the points that Peter makes. You know, that's the thing about it. When you bring the recruits in or the prospects in and you go out and talk to them, everybody that they touch is part of that process. So I thought the points that were made are so important. You know, whether it's the security director, the people in the cafeteria, all that factors in because you know at the end of the day, the hardest thing to evaluate is the EQ, the emotional. Okay.
Yes.
That goes involved in that. So the exposure. But you're good. You're good, Coach.
I was talking to Zito and Foxy to show the hugs that Cam Ward in the green room while it was all taking place in Mario Cristobal while you were talking there. But everything you're talking about, I think as players, AJ, we want good dudes in the locker room. Like, that is literally the number one thing. As a teammate, that's the number one thing I care about. I assume they're going to be able to play football. Now,
yeah, exactly. We've seen what they can do on the field, right? Like, when you know you're bringing in a
fast.
franchise dude who's going to
Andrew Reynolds running back.
forever. I mean, you can't do enough due diligence, I think, to make sure that that person is going to be the leader.
Trash.
We hear that buzzword culture all the time. Like, what does that mean? Like, it means you bring in good dudes that, you know, they live well on and off the field, and they take care of each other, and they're accountable to their teammates.
Coach, was that your culture, I assume? What is your culture that you try to instill?
Definitely. I mean, you can't have enough good football players, number one, but at the end of the day, it's a connection. It's a connection that builds continuity where the ultimate conflict comes to be successful in team sport.
Yeah, you were talking about that Green Bay Packers team that won the Super Bowl. You're talking about that group being tight.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think what that team went through to win a Super Bowl doesn't get enough credit. You know, when you get into this roster development, you know, I always go back to that team. 77 players that took to win that championship. So with all them injuries, so at the end of the day, 4 guys like AJ and that defense in particular kept us in every game, and then we got going at the end of the year. But yeah, you have to have that if you're going to win a championship in this league.
D-Bud, I want my team playing cards with each other.
Absolutely.
I think that is like the most important part of this entire thing.
If guys like each other, they're going to play better together. And one thing that stuck out about me about Cam Ward is his coach. When you hear his coach Cristobal talk about him, the leader that he is, the alpha that he is when he walked in the room, every step that he took up, he played better. He was more productive. And we talk about culture and great guys. That starts at home, you know, for most of the guys that I played with. And his parents, great group of parents, haven't missed one game in his football career. They plan on keeping that streak going in the NFL, man. So that's awesome.
We have some breaking news here early. We talked about fireworks. Adam Schefter has just tweeted that the Jacksonville Jaguars are trading up to number 2.
Wow.
The Browns are trading the number 2 overall pick, a 4th-round pick, and a 6th-round pick to the Jags. The Jags are trading the number 5 overall pick, a 2nd-round pick, number 36, and a 4th-round pick, and their 2026 first round. Wow, that's a haul.
That's a haul.
I feel like that's a lot. What does that mean, Coach? That means they really like somebody at number 2. They're new coach, new GM.
Totally. I think it's awesome. Number one, I mean, how can you not love Travis Hunter? I mean, I think...
Okay, so that's what you're thinking.
Oh, we don't know.
Oh! He did his research. You did your research.
That's what I think it is. I mean, you know, but no, I think number one, you know, these scouts and these organizations put so much into this process, and you know they're sitting there ready to make these moves. So I don't think you can look at how much they gave, but I think you got to give them a lot of respect that they identified someone that they want to go up there and get. So I think that's a great move by them. Always do. And whether you're, you know, same thing. If you're going back or going forward, you just got to trust your board.
Coach, when do you think they started? When do you think they started working on this trade? Like, could this have come up in the last hour? Or is this
I think the preparation of it's, you know, definitely going on. I mean, it could be a week, it could be 4 weeks. You know,
really?
I think it just depends on the personalities and the people involved.
When that happens, you just said people involved, like in Dallas or when you're in Green Bay. If something like this did come across, whether you're trading back or up, does the GM, Jerry, or the GM when you were with Green Bay, do they say like, hey, we're going to move back, hey, we're going to move up, or is it kind of like, what do you think about moving back or up?
I mean, Green Bay and Dallas, their operations are similar in certain ways, but obviously different, particularly when you talk about the leadership group. But I would say clearly, I mean, there is a tight communication, you know, group, because, you know, obviously you don't want Peter Schrager getting it. I
Or Schefter.
Schefter. I mean,
So it's been
that's no fun.
We watched it happen. Cam Ward has officially been selected number 1 to the Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
Welcome to the AFC South, Cam. Okay, welcome to the AFC South. Him and Roger Goodell had a very easy, gentle meet and greet, which is maybe a tone setter for the rest of the evening. Roger Goodell getting a little older. Had that back surgery, did a hug, not that crazy of a go-to. Let's go down to the draft cave. Schrager, Travis Hunter, why Jacksonville's moving, offensive guy, and Liam Cohen. Obviously, Gladstone comes from the McVay operation. Do we assume that's Travis Hunter, or what are your thoughts?
I believe it will be for Travis Hunter. I don't have that confirmed 100%, but that is the expectation. And I would note this for Browns fans. Paul DePodesta, Moneyball guy, Cleveland Browns, trade back. They might not be done trading back. They have a lot of pieces they need to add, and they look at a chessboard here. Let's collect some picks. Let's keep making moves. This is the draft to do that. If you didn't land Hunter and you didn't land Carter, you might as well keep on piling up. Cleveland Browns, they might be in that business if you're looking at the Paul DePodesta Moneyball style that has been employed for years in baseball.
AP Tone, we think Travis Hunter is obviously going to play wide receiver with a package down there. What does your film study say about Travis Hunter?
I mean, Travis Hunter, first and foremost, off the field, everyone says he is just like by far all about straight ball. All he cares about is ball, watching film, hanging out, working out, getting better. So off the field, you know you're getting like a 100 out of 100 character guy. And then on the field, like we've talked about, he is a one-of-one generational player. We use that word too often, but not for Travis Hunter. He is definitely a generational player. He averaged 111 snaps a game, okay? 111. The next closest guy was 85. So that's about 30 more snaps a game than the second place guy in college football. Obviously, the best corner in football, the best wide receiver in football. Everyone says he's number 1 on their board or wide receivers. If the Jags are taking him here, they are getting an absolute stud and the Heisman Trophy.
They're going down to Duval. Mad Mel, Travis Hunter, number 2 overall pick to Jacksonville. We all assume. What was your draft analysis on him?
Obviously had Travis Hunter very, very high up on my board. I would just like to make a little caveat to what Schrag said about, Paul DePodesta and the Browns. The only reason they have to play Moneyball is because Jimmy Haslam gave out the worst fucking contract in the history of the NFL. But that's beside the point. Travis Hunter, obviously a dog both ways. I wouldn't necessarily call it a red flag. Some people a little worried that, hey, is this guy too focused on the Fortnite? Is he focused enough? Well, that's, a discussion for a different day. Coach, I'm curious, do you think this guy can play both ways in the NFL? We're not playing in the Big 12 anymore. We're not playing.
Whoa, that's a good lead.
It is.
That's all right. Wow.
All I'm saying is he's not lining up.
It's a good lead.
He's not lining up against any rum-dums from Iowa State anymore, okay?
Okay.
Some other guys. Coach, can he go both ways in the NFL?
Absolutely, because the information's there. I mean, he's done it. I think, number one, when you look at his grade, I would love to know what his grade is on the historical boards, as far as all time. To see a young man that's rated top 5 in both as a corner and receiver, and also have return ability. You're talking about a 4-down player from both sides of the ball. I mean that.
How do you manage that?
Huh?
How do you manage that? Is it packages? Do you do
definitely? I mean, that's something you got to start. I think you start that way because maybe it doesn't work out. It gets to be too much. Okay, maybe he plays just corner. Well, all those reps of receiver. I mean, it's only going to help him be better at corner. So I think this is a great selection. I mean, he's got to be one of the highest rated players.
What is the score out of it? Is there like a total score number that all teams have, or what is it?
No, everybody puts a final grade, on a player, and it has the value. But you look at the historical grades.
What was AJ's whenever you guys drafted him on 5?
Historical.
Oh, yeah.
Historical.
It would be historical, D-Bud, if somebody was able to play both ways full time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I mean, this is. I mean. When have you ever talked about a guy like Travis?
Never.
Never.
Yeah. I mean,
never. We've had guys sprinkle on, obviously, primetime Deion Sanders, we know Seawood, Champ Bailey, those guys, especially on the collegiate level. I think, like Tone said, off the field, he's a 10 out of 10 guy. He's all football. You can tell that he's a smart guy. He knows the ball, but taking care of his body would be the biggest challenge if it is Travis Hunter up here playing both ways.
As Roger Goodell heads to the podium.
Celebrate the 32 young men entering the NFL. I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who's made a profound impact on and off the field. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide,
Good move, Ricky.
recognizes one player each year who best represents greatness and compassion, both on and off the field and in the community.
Hell yeah.
Tonight, we are proudly joined by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Eric Armstead.
Hell yeah.
Good work, Eric.
Thought we were making a pick here, but certainly makes the world better.
First off, Duval.
Nobody from Jacksonville here.
I like that, though. That's why I like that. This is a lot of Green Bay fans. Connor, we were driving around town here.
Yeah.
This is different than anything I've ever seen before. And I played here, and we took a bus ride in. We took a right at the Ace Hardware Diner. We go down a few blocks, and then all of a sudden, Lambo pops up out of nowhere. There's houses here. Looks like all front yards out here. I mean, it is an insane scene in Green Bay. I would recommend it to anybody because it feels like it's a game day. I assume this is what game day is like. I would recommend this experience to anybody. It is awesome out here.
Yeah, so cool. And you know, we started with the entire show with that opening drone shot, Green Bay Lambeau. There is that kind of aura to it. But it's a football town. You know, like last year we were in Detroit, it's a city. It's a little different. It's not the same. Like, we are in a town that is dedicated to football. You know, you mentioned the people out. Every single house, you know, $100, $85 for parking, a bunch of small businesses. You love that. But also just everyone being bought in to the team. You know, look out here. It's all Packers fans. Last year in Detroit, it was sprinkled. There's a few different people from different teams. You know, of course, a lot of Lions fans, but still all dedicated to the Pack. Earlier, they played the Go Pack Go music. That's unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever actually heard the Go Pack Go with the little tune they play with it. I love that, but it is sweet being kind of like a college town almost, just dedicated to football. New England's kind of like that with Foxborough and Gillette, but something like this, it's next level.
It's going to be a night that Travis Hunter's going to remember forever. The Jacksonville Jaguars gave up the hall as he makes his way to the stage.
Clean, Jack.
Clean pink fit. Do we have it?
The Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
That's right. They get two for the price of one. Star on both sides of the ball, but making history is nothing new for this Heisman winner. He was widely considered the best player in the country coming out of high school in Georgia. Chose to play for Coach Prime at Jackson State, making him the first five-star recruit ever to play in an HBCU. And then last year at Colorado, he became the first player ever to win the Biletnikoff Award as the nation's top receiver and the McNamara Award.
Hello.
Oh, I'm Celine. Adriana Barrena is the Good day.
It's you. Hi.
How are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking. Is it me, or is it quieter around here with Earthor missing?
Of course. I trust you. Now that you might... Hey, Celine? Hey, Celine? It's the... What? Have Earthor
Greetings,
see me when he
apprentice.
gets back,
Good evening.
associate.
I've seen Shamir at the Tamika Vineyards practicing archery. He's really good. I might try to get some pointers from him.
I wouldn't
Greetings,
mind making a
Conjurer.
few bets, but
They
I'm
say
not
that
sure
when you
about
murder
Crack-Lack.
some, you want me? I hear a newest. He hasn't shown up here. Goodbye. What? I don't. Goodbye. What the? I don't remember where it is. You too.
Hello, associate.
What? It's just no... That you... Good luck finding Earthor.
This is a grand day. Greetings.
The Coral Guild Hall had an unpleasant visit recently from someone who had a...
Good evening. I've heard some strange stories
Hello,
about Count
associate.
Isildur.
You're here up... Oh, hi. I'll be here when you get...
The sisters are hard to tell
Greetings,
apart.
apprentice.
It's Uglas you'll want to
We're all
find
hoping
out.
Go ahead. Take care.
What is it? You need to see Oog. Good day.
Yeah! Yeah!
What is you? I'm not going any... What is it, associate? Are the creatures gone? I don't dare move a muscle until... Are the creatures gone? I don't... Well met, Guild. You're heading... Oh. I'll be right back. I can't wait to be back in Skingrad, safe and sound.
Hi.
A little bird told me that you've been asking around town about Glarther, a resident eccentric. I'd like to know why. You don't want... Since...
I mean, sorry.
Healthy, but when he is,
I don't care how much money they pay me. I would never live in Cleveland. I'm good. I tell them I don't know.
I've spoken with
80. No, you're right. Yeah, I was gonna say 89, 88, but no, you should definitely play. You probably play a little longer than that. All right, fucking Glarthar, come upstairs, you fucking little troll weasel or Thor. Did I just complete the skin grad? I just did the skin grad one. Yeah. I'm level 4. I'm about to be level 5. Oh, I got off at like 10 last night and just went right to bed when I got home. It was that serious. I wasn't even trying to play. It is cool though, because I ran out of weed, and the place I was working to is literally right next to Carytown Tobacco downtown, so I just walked next door, bought a gram of weed, and smoked it. It was so cool. I love the future. Yeah, I saw. Some dude was buying one today, and I gave him a recommendation. He bought it. He was like looking at the weed, and I was like, I like that one. He bought the little $10 like Skywalker little pack. I don't know if it's Skywalker or not, but it didn't say. All it said was sativa, and it has the same colors as the Skywalker pack, but it didn't have like. Yeah. That's what he got. Cause he was looking. I was like, bro, this shit's pretty good. I'll smoke it sometimes. Silk just looked up after helping him California. I bought an ounce, and he sent me an ounce, a half, a pen, and like another gram of some shit that's like really expensive that I already smoked. He's supposed to be giving me a jar of the Rick Moranis weed. I'll definitely share that with you, like a good amount, because it's a decent little jar. And I want you to try it. You smoke weed. The guy who grew this weed literally was in Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That's my nigga boy. I'm streaming on YouTube, but I might get demonetized now. I am black. I can say that word. YouTube. To the 0 people watching my stream right now. It's the last thing I care about. I don't know. Dr. Cornwallis is a cool name. How do you fuck with that? Yeah, I turned the draft off right now. I didn't mean to. Oh, it just turned off. I didn't mean to do that. They take Shador yet?
have the full Monday Night Football schedule for you as well. The schedule release will stream on ESPN.
Scout them out.
Wondering why we're booing so loudly here.
Why are they booing? The Bears fans are pissed.
The Bears have just been announced as on the clock, and in fact, a pick is already in. There is no rivalry in any American.
Oh, that's why they're in Green Bay.
It includes all of them, quite like the Bears and the Packers, which goes
The
back
Packers kind of
to
suck
the
too.
very beginning of the National Football League's history, and so these Packer fans will boo the Bears even more loudly than they boo the commissioner. Here comes Roger Goodell to announce Chicago.
I love it. Roger Goodell gets booed like a motherfucker every time. I love it. Who the Chicago Bears taking Tyler Warren?
Yesterday, the NFL family lost a true legend, Bears Hall of Famer Steve McMichael. My heart is with the McMichael family during this incredibly difficult time. Missy, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. Mongo's remarkable contributions to the game and the community will never be forgotten. His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. 50 years ago, with the 4th pick in the 1975 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears selected one of Steve McMichael's teammates and closest friends, Walter Payton, running back, Jackson State.
This is something I just saw in the game. Some glitch. Some person just went flying across the screen. It's pressing on my screen.
Over 13 seasons. All with
I love the old Bethesda glitches.
As you heard earlier,
I have that on my YouTube. I have a video of a woolly mammoth falling from the sky.
For his performance and excellence on the field, but also his commitment.
It happened, and I was like, let me see if I restart the game if it'll happen again. Sure enough, a woolly mammoth falls like 300 feet from the sky.
So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Oh yeah. I do love that.
Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland.
Who the fuck did they just pick? No way. What the fuck? They took Colston Loveland over fucking Tyler Warren. That's hilarious.
Which has a population of 258 people.
There ain't no way they just did that shit.
Ohio State as a freshman, he caught 9 more.
Why are they excited? Who the fuck is Colston Loveland?
Caught 56 catches in 10 games last year, most by a tight end in school.
Oh yeah.
A finalist for the Mackey Award.
They fucked up. They should have traded up for you.
Of Tyler Warren, who had been expected to be the first tight end off the bat.
Colts at 14, got to be sitting there hoping Tyler Warren slides down to them a few picks from now. But look at Colston Loveland, his shoulder injury, he's going to be fine, ready for camp, no issue there. They had quarterback problem in Michigan, with J.J. McCarthy moving on to the NFL. His 56 catches, single season record for a tight end.
I would love for us to use some of the picks we got from the Jags to trade back up and take Tyler Warren.
He snatches the ball with his hand. Blocking needs to improve, but what do they want?
I hope we're saving for Archie. Archie.
You have DJ Moore. You have Romo Dunze.
Attention, dude. That's why I love being single. It's just so nice.
Down the middle of the field, and he can make big catches, and he has run after the catch ability.
This cat's, dude. This cat lady.
You get a tight end that can threaten the defense at all 3 levels. Short, intermediate, and he can go deep.
When is Howard getting married again? Next year?
To go 30, 40, 50 yards down the field. He can do that. Essentially, he plays like a big wide receiver. And you talk about the matchup problem.
It's tomorrow.
Giving a young quarterback another chess piece to work with. This is the ultimate. I think Sean Payton.
We still got plenty of time.
This is the ultimate joker now that Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears have for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, the thing about it, though, about him is the fact that even though he is such a great athlete and he comes off the ball so fast and can really stretch the middle of the field so quickly, if you go 12 personnel, right, with 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and you go sub and put a defensive back on the field, this guy will maul a defensive back in the run game. If you go with a light box and go nickel, because he will block your rear end off. This is, look, Ben Johnson, this is exactly the kind of chess piece he wants, man.
I'm weak. I told them for the wrestling on Sunday, I said, if y'all make a comment about me being late, I said everyone's getting kissed on their motherfucking lips. And then I saw the new guy typing who I've never seen. I said, oh, you're getting it first. I see you typing, boy. Never met this guy, mind you. Y'all are gay as shit. I get kissed first. That's you are the promoter.
Our Earth is rich with diverse, vibrant, delicate ecosystem.
and we must protect them at all costs. Together, we can discover
DDW.
the wonder
Used to
of
go every Sunday for training.
before
We've just been
it's
slacking.
too late.
And then I went to church, and an old girl accused me of rape, so I stopped going. I haven't interacted or liked or done anything with Kayla in weeks, and she posted something about accountability and taking responsibility for your actions, and I liked it.
10-piece McNuggets meal with spicy mega flame sauce. And unlock epic add-ons.
Losers! They really are, though. Just females, but it's fine.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. McCaffrey looking lost.
Man, looking for a lunch. I'm looking for a lawn. Could you point me aisle 27?
Find what you need
I think he just did an Andrew Dice Clay thing.
What do you mean?
Is that Hidden Valley Ranch? This is the most flavorful day of my life.
Easy squeezy Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best.
Bean, bean, bean. Why is that song so popular? It's a good beat, I guess.
NFL players choose to sleep up smart bed? Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Meet the Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
I really wish we trade for the Falcons quarterback. I don't even know if he start Michael Penix or whatever.
Never before.
Every snap, every play. We take you inside the
He's gonna end up being good for some reason.
on the sidelines. We're gonna keep balling into the helmets.
Yak says, Yaction. You see and hear everything.
More of what
I mean, Jimmy's cousin's baby died like a month ago, and she's taking pictures of Miami with her fucking cakes out.
And Sunday starting at noon.
Yeah, she gonna get pregnant again.
Sportsbook app that linked to the ESPN
Yeah.
app, so you could track bets while you check stats.
You want my honest opinion? Well, she was like sending, like, while she was pregnant, she was asking me for money and shit, and then she started like offering to send me like pictures of her. I'm like, that's crazy, dude. Like, can I just give you $30 and you don't send me naked pictures of yourself?
It's one of my best ideas.
And I'm pretty sure she was using. I hope that's not what she used my money for. But now that I'm thinking about it, pretty sure that baby has some drug stuff going on. I didn't realize she was a junkie like that.
Welcome back to Green Bay, the San Francisco.
Yeah, I kinda did. I mean, we're cool. I've met her before.
Who is in Texas tonight, waiting to hear his name be called. Now, it has been
But yeah, no, it was terrible.
storylines leading up to this draft.
Baby Allen.
Sanders or any of the quarterbacks lasted beyond the 9th selection of the New Orleans Saints. Take a look at the
I couldn't imagine.
who choose here through the teams.
I mean, losing anyone was
Pick at number 21. Not any obvious expectation that any of these teams would need to select a quarterback. So, Adam Schefter, what should we be expecting?
Well, Green, the word is out for Mel Kiper's top-rated
Who's gonna take Sanders?
draft, and that is the next logical landing spot. The Pittsburgh Steelers at number 21, but there are no.
Sanders literally might fall 19 picks where he's projected. That's hilarious.
Then it's possible Shedeur Sanders could slip out of the first round and into the second round on Friday night.
All right, Shefty, thank you very much. And obviously, at any point, a team could wind up trading up and in, so we'll have to wait and see how this unfolds. In the meantime, our house announcer, Alan Roach, has an announcement.
Please direct your attention to the main stage video screen for a special message from United States service members stationed at Yokota Air Base in Japan.
Hello from United States Forces Japan. I'm Sergeant Mitchell Johnson.
Fuck you, Mitchell Johnson. I hope you die in Japan. Sorry, I just say stuff sometimes.
We are proud to announce that this year we are celebrating our 250th anniversary. We are grateful for the opportunity to partner with the NFL Salute to Service and the USO in introducing the San Francisco 49ers 2025 draft pick.
With the San Francisco 49ers draft pick, back to you in Green Bay.
Thank you to our men and women who serve in the United States military for your sacrifices to defend our country's freedom. With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco.
We were at some factory today for Eva, and they had like cubicles and a whole bunch of shit. I started thinking about you.
Michael Williams, 5 sacks last year. 2 of those came in the SEC title game against Texas.
Yeah, but they have like offices upstairs. It's a huge. I think Eva makes like chapstick and shit, like a bunch of stuff like that. Like it's got 2 buildings, it's massive.
As a true freshman and still very young now.
It's pretty fun. I didn't do nothing today. It's so cool being a helper, especially when I'm with a tech and then they call him to go help someone else, and that person already has a helper. I'm basically useless. They pay me $20 an hour to sit on a bucket and watch them. I mean, I'll help. I'll grab tools and shit, but there's no point in all 3 of us working on the same sink. I mean, it's, you know, we could be retarded.
In the National Football with his size, his long arms, 34.5 arms, and huge hands. The thing to do is get a more repertoire.
I'm all about retarded though.
Quarterback off the edge. I thought he played the run great. He has a strong run defender off the edge, but as a pass.
You know who asked me if I was doing it earlier? Aaron Riley. You remember her from school?
He's got the things that you cannot teach.
Like the cat ears and stuff.
The ability to set the edge and play the run.
I don't think I'm going over there.
Georgia, the way Kirby Smart coaches defense. The only concern I have is when it comes to using those traits and getting to the passer. I didn't see much of a rush plan, Lou. I didn't see any moves besides the speed to power.
What do I know? Alright, what's next on my Elder Scrolls quest? I always stop doing the main quest when I get in the amulet. They can wait. The Oblivion gates ain't open yet.
You're going to pair him with Nick Bosa, create 2 bookends, but is he going to be able to live up to this feeling as far as the pass rush arsenal? I want to see that.
Yeah, they needed to restock the cover in San Francisco.
How far away am I? I haven't been fast traveling. I've been walking everywhere just so I can discover all the locations easier.
That football team, both lines of scrimmage, in fact, defensive and offensive line. They need to restock that. Michael has not produced on a consistent basis the way you would think.
There's a bay horse just sitting here. I might steal it. I don't see anyone around it. Yoink. I ain't been arrested yet, so fuck it.
He's got to tie it all together. Robert Stalin, the defensive coordinator now for San Francisco, has to get it out of him.
Michael Williams, the first player ever out of Georgia to be selected by San Francisco.
Yep, the horse is mine now.
First round in the common draft era. And so the Dallas Cowboys selection is in. An interesting one to make with their new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer. Here comes the commissioner.
Let's see the Cowboys tape.
The Cowboys at 12, ready to make the selection.
With the 12th pick.
Bro, he went straight for my horse. Oh, the horse is fighting back. I've gained trust.
He was a first-team All-American who just turned 21 2 weeks.
Oh, is the horse fighting me now? Oh, no, he's fighting there.
Headed down to the IMG Academy where he was coached by former linebacker Pepper Johnson. Played in
No, we're good.
games at Alabama.
Ooh, Goblin Jim. That's my boy.
One of those, Mel, was at left guard.
Tyler Booker. Sweet. Yeah, me and him go way back. Yeah, no, we go way back. He used to smoke in Brandon Shed, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I remember that nigga.
Movement's not his game, but as a guy that has a power blocking team, he can
I don't know, some guy. That's not really the important part. The important part is we know him. Are those baby deer? Bruh. Oh, in the arena, it restores your magic and health. So before you hit that, you should cast a bunch of spells that'll like get your skill up, and then hit it again and refill your stuff. Blood fountain. Oh, are you in Oblivion? That heals you too. Same thing. This heals you, gives you full health.
I think he's the best guard in the draft, and it fits what the Cowboys had to do.
Man. The main tower, I mean, if you really want to, I used to like do it when I was a low level. You only have to fight the people. If you fucking just run up the stairs, rush, and take the signal stone, it'll shoot you back out the gate. Oh no, you can. Yeah. No, it is. I'm just saying. Yeah, back when I was like younger and just trying to get through it, I would fucking just start sprinting. That's you hear me panning the Daedra like. Can you imagine seeing that? You just some dude, regular looking human dude, just comes running and sprints, full, ignores you, runs full force towards the stairs, rips the sigil stone out the thing. You die.
On a football staff minus the outside of the head coach. And Dallas is going to have to make sure that they develop this young man, getting consistent with his fundamentals.
Wait, why are they showing? Oh no, they're showing the guard.
And there's more plays like that you see on your screen there.
So Alabama, by the way, now 17 consecutive years that they have had a player selected in round one. 16 had already been the longest streak for any school in draft history. So our colleague Nick Saban, very proud, no doubt about that, in his retirement doing the telecast tonight for us on ABC. So Bama once again with a first-round player, and the Dallas Cowboys making their selection there.
Not as much as I do.
12, which leaves the Dolphins on the clock here at number 13, and the Dolphins an interesting team to consider here as a fight in that AFC East. We should have Molly in a moment here with Tyler Brooker and the joy, the unbridled joy that he brought out onto that stage. It's such a joy to watch as you see the emotion of a young man having this.
Get that Alabama bitch off the plane.
The Cowboys obviously becoming
Bama.
a household name, certainly. We talked about plenty on Get Up all morning.
I have trouble finding enemies. I start getting on a horse and travel, and there's a rat every 5 yards. Make it make sense.
Emotion from your family in the green room. You came out onto this stage with a lot of emotion. What's going through you?
Rats everywhere.
Cowboy, this is really a dream come true. It's truly a blessing.
Oh, it's an imp. These horse fight back, bro. You're gonna die. The horses suck at fighting. He's literally swinging the wrong way. He can't square up on this thing. I think I own the bay horse now. The little red thing went away.
Those who know you emphasize your leadership and character. What are the Cowboys getting in you?
They're getting the same thing Alabama got. They're gonna get a leader, somebody who loves to work, somebody who loves practice.
Someone who loves to work. He's a fucking liar. I don't like that.
Aim to win multiple championships.
Loves to work. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm so excited.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Holy shit, so what is this? $400? I have entered the Shivering Isles just for a second, just to get in there. I think you're there. That's going to be so beautiful.
As we continue to watch the celebration of these young men, we also bring you tonight something special from NFL star George Kittle and his friend Red Guardian from Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, which will be available only in theaters on May the 2nd.
Shedeur Sanders. Is he at the draft? Why aren't they showing him all sad? Maybe he knew it was coming.
I wasn't picked that late. Many teams doubted you. Red Guardian was doubted too. Shouldn't you be like saving the world with the Thunderbolts? I'm looking for sleepers in later rounds. Maybe they will get their face on Wheaties box, like you. I'm not on a Wheaties box. You sure about that? You sure, huh? I mean, you could have picked a better picture at least.
George Kittle, what a faggot. I hate to look like that nigga. Wait.
What? Thunderbolts. Delinquents.
Thunderbolts. Scrap into heroes.
Thunderbolts. Bad guys. How cute. You formed a team. Thunderbolts?
It's a cool name. Marvel Studios Thunderbolts.
Can't call ourselves that.
Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
Dad, those are the Adidas I've been looking for. Hey!
Well, look who's getting their fix for kicks and dicks.
I know, there's
Wait, what?
here.
Plus all the fancy
Kits and fits and dicks?
I need these in a size 6. There's even more kicks when you click on dicks.com.
Or the kick sporting goods, right?
Ring, make it, ring, girl, make it.
You again. Everybody's loving that Grubhub deal with Prime, huh?
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub.
Go to Amazon.com/Grubhub. Activate your free Grubhub Plus membership and start ordering with $0 delivery fees on Grubhub for top restaurants and your go-to spots. Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply.
Should we just start carpooling?
I can control the radio.
Never mind.
$6 never tasted so good. IHOP's Breakfast Faves combo is now just $6. Featuring IHOP's world-famous buttermilk pancakes, crispy hickory smoked bacon, and 2 eggs cooked to order your way. All for just $6. Part of the new $6 House Faves menu.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you hear me now?
We about to level up.
The Raiders actually might be pretty good next year. They get Janty and fucking Brock Bowers. You guys might be hit. You gotta deal with them and the Chiefs now.
If this can could talk, could tell stories, and if you've had one.
Fuck, wasn't it like Garner Minshew for a little bit?
Here's the 50 years of Military.
I got something coming up.
Yeah. That's exactly who.
Something kind of big.
Come on, bloodletter.
Welcome back to Green Bay, where the Miami
They better take Tyler Warren.
on the clock. We have a dozen kicked in to round one here of the 2025 National Football League draft. Just moments ago, the Dallas Cowboys selected Tyler Booker, if you were just joining us, and the Dolphins are on the clock. The picks have been made. Picks have been coming relatively quickly tonight. Very few of the teams have taken the full 10 minutes they usually do. So the Dolphins are on the clock, and the commissioner is here to announce the selection.
With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle.
They took Kenneth Grant.
One of the stars of the national title team 2 years ago, an All-American this past year.
I mean, not a bad pick,
in the middle
but
of that D-line, over 330 pounds, runs well, brings plenty of experience. Melly played in 41 games at Michigan.
Yeah, I did 30 on a big board. I think when you look at the...
I'm weak, bro. Using his like fucking PlayStation 2 iCam or something. The quality was terrible. Bro was recording on his fucking toaster. I hate Nick McDaniel. He looks like fucking Neon, or like Aiden Ross. Scrawny little fucking weasel. The Dolphins head coach. Glasses, fucking faggy looking little bitch. I'd literally break his nose if I could. I'd headbutt him. I don't care if he whoops my ass after. I just want to fucking headbutt him one good time around where his nose meets his forehead.
For 60 minutes, when you play high, you're neutralized. That's what happened with Kenneth.
Think Dexter Lawrence from the New York Times. That's the type of big man he is that can move. Athletic, can run, can make plays. This is not just a guy that's going to be a fire hydrant and sit there. This is a big man that's 330 pounds, Green, and he can run, he can move. He's got to become a better rusher, and I think he has all the tools because he is a twitchy 330 pounds. He uses his hands. I need more out of him in the pass rush game, but from a run standpoint, he can lock down just the way Dexter Lawrence did at Clemson.
Yeah, the coaching staff in Michigan, Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, thinks that this kid has tremendous upside. Anthony Weaver, the defensive coordinator in Miami, they need some beef on the inside. How many yards last year as far as run defense, he'll help that.
All right, so we are 13 picks into this draft, and as we bring our research producer extraordinaire, Evan Kaplan, into the conversation, these picks have had a very distinctly different feel, Cap, from the first 13 a year ago.
What a difference a year makes, right? Last year,
Victor from the blue team. Leave the arena now and rest. You have earned it.
At any point in the common draft era. So far this year, through 13 picks, 9 offense, 5 defense. That adds up to 14. That's because Travis Hunter, we're counting on both sides of the ball, and only 1 QB so far in the first 13 picks tonight. We had 6 QBs through this point last year.
What?
We'll see where the next one goes off the board.
All right, the Indianapolis Colts have...
There's already apparently an over-under of when he's going to have a season-ending injury, and it's at 40 plays, like 40 and a half plays.
And the
That's literally a game.
See if that's the direction they go. Here's the commish.
Like, think about that. Could you imagine? We would literally, I would laugh for a week straight. They go 0-16, we get, or 0-17, we get their first pick, their first overall pick. Oh, is that who the Colts just took? Yeah, look, Glen Allen, Virginia.
The nation's top tight end last year, catching 104 passes, Mel, in what proved to be a 16-game season for the Tennessee Lions.
Keep in mind, he didn't have a lot of receptions going the year because Theo Johnson was there.
Dude, Glen Allen's right down the street. I could probably find his house and whoop his fucking ass.
The opportunity for Tyler Warren to become a focal point in this offense. He was a chess piece. They were creatively utilizing him in a lot of ways, and he was a wildcat quarterback. He was a quarterback, left-handed quarterback, southpaw in high school.
I took a screenshot of the thing, and it says he's in Glen Allen. I sent it to the group chat and said, let's go rob him.
Excellent hand-eye coordination. He's a powerful young man. Running the football after the catch, run with that football.
That would go over well. We definitely wouldn't get caught. No prison forever. Or get beaten up by him severely. And get arrested.
He can do so many things as that versatile chess piece. That's why I thought he may have been a New York Jet. They passed on Bowers, now they passed on Warren for the O-lineman. That allows a guy like Tyler Warren. After Loveland went a little earlier, Tyler Warren goes to the Colts, and a major need for them was tight end.
When you sit and you talk to this young man, Greeny, you just kind of go, this dude is just a flat-out football player. He's a flat-out athlete. He was a three-sport player in high school. He played baseball. He played basketball. You see some of his basketball highlights. They're ridiculous. They're throwing alley-oops and stuff. He's going up and gets the ball like this, over top of people's heads. We got to talk to him a couple times this past year, man, and he is, and then on top of it, he's so smart. The ways in which they use him, I mean, in Indianapolis, Shane Steichen's going to be like, hey, look, man, we can
earned
put
it.
Just about anywhere because he's just so smart, has so much mental horsepower, is so versatile. You're right. I mean, he fell right to him. And how cool is that if you're the Indianapolis Colts right now? You got maybe the best player at the position, and he fell right to you.
I was going to say, the Colts got lucky as shit. He was supposed to be like fucking top 10 pick. You're a top 2 pick.
Celebrations are on in the hometowns tonight. Mechanicsville, Virginia, pardon me, is where Tyler Warren is from. As they were celebrating in his home in Glen Allen, they were also celebrating at his high school. Congratulations, guys. You produced a first-round pick in the NFL draft. We'll be back in Green Bay in just a moment.
I'm looking at the Hall of Fame page. You're like literally the front page. You gotta click on your profile, just look at everyone else. Huh. That's weird. I've known you for a while.
Thanks so much for hosting, sweetie. I hear you found someone special. Yeah, he's a keeper. Is that dog food in the fridge? It's not dog food. It's fresh pet. Real meat, real veggies for Peter. That's Peter? Should have known.
I'm weak. You should. I'm about to. I'm about to look at my benefits. I'm about to go on Monday and be like, yo, can I? I'm retiring. I'm going to get my real ID tomorrow at DMV. I gotta find my birth certificate. I know it's here somewhere.
Open doors. Here for life speak moves. From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, the Ego 22-inch aluminum deck mower was.
There's a solid chance that we or me will fucking die before we retire. Didn't Meemaw finally retire recently?
Designed for durability that's guaranteed for life. All powered by Ego's
I mean, if you save your money, you can, but if you're waiting on that fucking retirement benefits, they keep pushing the age back. I thought it was gonna be like 67 soon.
If you keep making that face, it's gonna stay like that.
I'm trying to get my own car.
Bro, listen, we're 30. We gotta work for fucking 37 more years.
You shared membership with your mom, so she can.
It's longer than we've been alive, and I feel like I've already been alive a long time.
Bounty Mega Roll lasts longer, so you can tackle.
I'm gonna start taking it seriously, working out and shit. I'm gonna either become a professional wrestler or boxer. We gotta give this a go. You can be my cornerman. You can be my quarter man on weekends. I'm probably gonna die, but at least you'll be there. I'll make sure you get all my stuff.
As many Bud Lights as it takes. A lot of Bud Lights. Give me one of those.
Yeah, just keep grinding.
We're here at Black Friday where everyone wants the unique taste of new Dr. Pepper.
Let's always be honest and straightforward. And you've only been there a little while. And you're a smart guy. You know what you're doing. I don't know when you'd be comfortable to be like ask them or tell them. I would let them know in a few months. Like I'm looking to eventually do something else. Like don't no rush, obviously. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. But still, that's not bad. Shit. I'm sure talking to this people's a little gay sometimes. There's no job that's completely awesome all the time. Quality control call? Or is it just like when someone calls pretending to be someone?
Now let's look at your best available players brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott.
Yeah.
Shador Sanders, and this is looking like Aaron Rodgers. Could be like Boomer Esiason back in 1984, split the second round. Think about Brett Favre as well. Geno Smith. This has happened before. Guess what? All his quarterbacks started out to be pretty doggone good. So for Shador Sanders, the key right now is 21 Pittsburgh. Against Pittsburgh, who maneuvers to go get Shador Sanders, or they wait until he falls in their lap, right? That'll be interesting, because guess what? He will come back to haunt some of these organizations and pass on them. Count on that.
The ESPN Draft Day predictor surprised, perhaps, that Shador Sanders
Shador Sanders.
Yet, but not stunned. Maybe the bigger
My man looks upset.
Walker is still on the board. Jalen Walker had, according to our predictions, less than a 1% chance still to be available here at the 15th selection. The Atlanta Falcons are a team that certainly could use.
We all know Haley's a raging racist anyway. Her opinion.
Yeah, let's go back to Mel's graphic for a moment here if we can. We talked about.
Alright, what difficulty is this on? I gotta look again. I feel like it was harder in the old game when it was on this difficulty. I'm on adept. I'm on the middle difficulty. Yeah, I used to play on like the easiest one. I've been to crank this bitch up. Also, I'm saying the middle one, like I've struggled in the middle one, like even like this early in the game. But I'm like, oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. I've been playing this game for 20 years, so I kind of know how to build a character and kind of cheese a little bit.
It will be. We'll see how it works out. But 638, it's slick. Yeah, I think Shador Sanders will as well. Look, it's always important.
Oh yeah, that is one thing about this game. You can always pay armor shops to repair your armor instead. It's not too expensive. I gotta level up.
And what we're showing here is a look at the uniqueness of Lambeau Field and Green Bay.
Oh yeah.
This is just across the street. These are just
I'm definitely do try and play through. I'm starting on this one.
Themselves here in the shadow of Lambeau Field. It's one of the things that makes this place so extraordinarily special. Lambeau Field, which will this season be hosting the 69th consecutive season of Packers football, making it the longest continuously used stadium in the National Football League. So a special place to hold this extraordinary event. So the Atlanta Falcons, again, a team that has struggled on defense, struggled for pass rush. One of the few teams that has used all of its allotted time so far to give us all an opportunity to catch our breath. But I'm told that Roger Goodell has the pick in hand and is making his way to the stage now. So the Falcons will announce their selection here. It will be Atlanta, then the Arizona Cardinals on the clock after them, then Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Denver rounding out the top 20. Here's the commissioner with the Falcons selection.
With the 15th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, defensive end, Georgia.
Well, there he is. That's a name we expected to hear earlier. He won the Butkus Award last year as the nation's best linebacker, 61 tackles and 6.5 sacks. for the Bulldogs as they won the MCC. He was a 5-star and a Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school in North Carolina.
Carolina took Tedero McMillan, didn't take Jalen Walker. That allows them to slide down here. Jalen Walker led the Georgia Bulldogs in tackles for loss of 10.5 and sacks with 6.5. He was off ball as well, getting after it. He was coming off that edge, and what Atlanta needs, they need an edge rusher. For Jalen Walker, this guy is heavy hands. He chokes that opponent back. He's quick to trigger as an off-ball linebacker. Physical, taking on blocks. This kid, number 11, in every game Georgia plays.
Die, Kerr. Die, bitch.
Off-the-ball linebacker, but the best thing he does is rush
Damned if I let a
very,
woman beat me in
very
anything.
similar to a linebacker that plays for the Cowboys named Michael Parsons. His ability to line up in multiple positions and wreak havoc on the quarterback. He can play off the ball, he can play on the ball, but he was absolutely dynamite coming off the edge.
Who the fuck did they just take? Georgia defense out
With
here.
him. You're going to block him with a tight end, a guard, a tackle. It does not matter. Heavy hand, and at an undersized rusher, Lewis, to me, he reminds me of James Harrison. I'm not concerned about this, but that he's only 6'1". We saw James Harrison at 6'1", play outside linebacker for the Steelers and dominate. Coming off the edge, rushing against offensive tackles.
Literally same.
Walker can do the exact same thing at the same height.
He said same.
Look, James Walker's a freak now at 5'11",
Literally same.
or whatever he was. You know how good he
Literally
is.
same.
Look, Jalen's interesting because it's not.
I think you're in that group too, where we're all literally the only response you can do is same.
So explosive as you can see through his core with his hands, and he never gives up.
I was just molested by my uncle, my grandpa, and my fucking uncle's best friend from Vietnam. How you reply the same?
And where he plays, because he does play all over the place. 2 points, hand down, off the ball, spy guy. I said in my notes, I said, this guy's going to be a hell of a blitzer. I pity any running back blitzer to step up in the A-gap and take on this.
I probably did Goro. Oh, it just froze.
Dude,
There we go.
you better have a strong neck. And you better be able to play low, because this dude is coming now, and he comes with a lot of fury. I'm looking forward to see what they do with him in order to get the pass rush they need.
Well, to that point, if at first you don't succeed, just keep trying and trying to get it. The Falcons have been trying to fix their pass rush since Sid Beach. This is another effort for Raheem Morris and this defense trying to fix this pass rush. Hopefully it works for him this time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting that Mike Green is still on the board for Marshall, who is fantastic.
Yes.
That's what, yes.
This is the first time the Falcons have used a top 15 pick on a defensive player since Vic Beasley in 2015. And we'll continue from Green Bay in 30 seconds after this word from Thrive.
I should add a casino to this shit. I know the arena is basically a casino, but it's just one game. It's 50-50 chance. Unless you're wearing an amulet and have like $100.
To help all the people we hold in our hearts.
And it's like a little better.
Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call
The
home,
palace looks so
and
nice.
the causes we care about. At Thrivent, we help you plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more.
Money.
All right, until we continue here live from Green Bay, where the Atlanta Falcons have just made Jalen Walker from Georgia.
I hear he's fucking lying right to everyone's face. It's not even a real place. It's like Narnia or fucking Cincinnati. Not real places.
The top 20 picks before we get to Pittsburgh at number 21, and that's the next spot where we might expect to see.
Dude, I flew over allegedly in the airplane. It was literally just like a blank space with like woods and shit.
Campbell going back there. So you look at that defensive tackle, you think about a guy
So I think we're on
like
something.
Dave Barron or Will Johnson, cornerback, Barron being very versatile. And then Matthew Golden, that third receiver, that speed option. Matthew Golden ran 4.29 on the heels of a heck of a year. He was the go-to guy for the Texas Longhorns. I was surprised Tedero McMillan went ahead of Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden, after coming over from the Houston Cougars, was outstanding. You know, he had about 2 drops all year, concentration drops. This kid comes to play as a professional, playing that wide receiving spot. So they have some really good options set up here. I think we'll see where they go. The defense, but like I say, Clay Campbell's there, so he mentor a young defensive tackle.
That's not what Skyrim wasn't like that. I don't mind it too much. It's a little gay. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You talk about helping a young quarterback. It doesn't necessarily need to be wide receivers.
I think you just leveled up, or you could just go to the menu.
That seems to be the thing, helping these young quarterbacks.
I'm biased towards this game. I don't mind it too much. Thinking about it, it's a little dumb. It's the way they're just deep into the story. They think sleeping like meditates, and that's how you learn your knowledge. Is like in your dream. It's like the theme of this game, because that dude has a dream about you rescuing the world or something. No, I don't blame you. I am too. Skyrim spoiled me a little bit. There's definitely some new mechanics in this game, though. I can't put my finger on it.
Tearing it up in the Super Bowl against Kansas City. And you're right, they still do need wide receivers.
And they drafted one, obviously, last year high in the draft, and Marvin Harrison Jr. had something of an up-and-down season in his first year there with Arizona when their quarterback, Kyler Murray. So the Cardinals pitch is in, and the commissioner is making his way to the stage for the announcement of the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Yes, I hate this. Is the worst. That's the worst part of this game is the persuasion shit.
Walter Nolan, defensive tackle.
It's literally so useless. That's like the main complaint from everyone about this game. I hate the persuasion system. I'm lazy. I'll pay him gold. I don't give a fuck. You want some money? You talk to me? Yeah. Oh. You throw a couple of gold coins in my hand, I might tell you a few things. Yeah. And it used to be a chance of harvesting stuff. The way I'm looking, it looks like you can just harvest anything because it says used successfully. In the old game, you would do it and the plant would stay like the animation, like it wouldn't disappear, like you picked it, and it would just be like it was not successful. So that's one thing that's different too, for sure. I mean, they said the old game was 6 gigabytes. This one's 120. Tiber Septum Hotel. We like the fireball animation. I haven't done that yet. Map. On the map. On the map.
That can hit gaps and get to the quarterback. When you pick a defensive tackle this high, you're expecting impact play, not just tackles for losses. You want sacks, you want cause fumbles. He's the twitchiest.
No, you don't. You don't want any of those things. You don't want sacks. You don't want tackles. You want the other team to score every play they get the ball in the first play, so you can get the ball back faster and score. Right?
He was the number one recruit coming out of high school. He's been the guy for a long time.
I mean, that's how I play football.
So now, as he takes it to the next level, can we get the surprise out of it? Can we get the sacks? Can we get the production? That's what I want to see.
That was the thing, right? And I hate saying consistency when it comes to players, right? But not every player does it all the time. You just want to see that let the pendulum swing to them being much more on than they're off. Walter, when he's on, when you talk about taking gas, playing on the offensive side of the line of scrimmage, when they move him on stunts and he's slanting and he's running TPs inside. But then, he'll just disappear and he'll get stuck on blocks and he's not chasing the ball. If he can just smooth that out, they got a heck of a player.
Booger, you said it. ESPN ranked him the #1 recruit in the country coming out of high school in 2022. And now after an outstanding season at Ole Miss, he's an Arizona Cardinal. The celebration is on with the family, the Cincinnati Bengals.
You've contracted hell joint. Nice. Your mom's contracted hell joint.
You think you know me? Why I do what I do? From day one, it's always been about this. My mom, my sister, DeAndre, Bud, Shiloh, Shador, and Rosa, coaches, players, and family. Every move, every sacrifice, every step along the way. See, the spotlight may follow me, but I pour all that night into this. Because it's never been about me. It's always been about family.
Being Courtyard's official fan ambassador has opened a new world for me.
Piece of shit.
Now I get to hang out with NFL fans all season long. See you on game day.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV? It's like all their apps and channels are...
Oh, all connected. Shows, movies, sports, TV shows.
Is she talking?
Oh, Lord.
All your favorite stuff on one screen. Unplanned content suggestions from your watch history. Mind control.
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch.
Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
Looking for a reason to try the $5 meal deal with new McDonald's. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes fly. Get more than you expect with the $5 meal deal with new McDonald's.
Rose knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Dak going for it, and he fumbles. brilliant recovery with the Lowe's app. He always delivers, and so does the Lowe's app. In-store, online, our Lowe's team has you covered.
Nothing's coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. If you can see how all of this fits together, we might have a chance.
Ow.
Turn the off-season on again. With the NFL app, your home for all things NFL. Get the news, the highlights, and more access with a subscription to NFL Plus. For the picks, the moves, the plays. All in one place. All year long. Welcome home. The Copa Del Rey Final and El Clásico on ESPN Plus.
Probably.
Legacies to defend. History to be made.
Jeez, let me see that. So that Conjure thanks to the
Welcome back to the 2025 NFL Draft, presented by Courtyard by
Welcome
Marriott.
back to the 2025 draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we are now on pick 17. The Cincinnati Bengals, a team that lost Sam Hubbard, a defensive end, to retirement all season. They're still talking to Trey Hendrickson about a new contract, but the two sides still have not gotten close to a deal. So in the interim, the Bengals are expecting to look at the spot for more pass rush help.
Hi, Chef Dusank here, and that Bengals pick is in. They have the three big players to deal with during this offseason, and thus far, Hendrickson is the one they have not. They've taken care of the two wide receivers. So the offense looking good. The defense, major questions. Here's the commissioner to have the 17th pick. As we begin the second half of the first round of this draft, the commissioner enjoying the music.
Nah. You just like Mythic Dawn talking to the Blades and they wouldn't care. Basically the two people who were fighting in the beginning, that's who's beefing. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's just a New Vegas thing from what I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure in 3 I could wear Enclave armor and they wouldn't get mad. Or people wouldn't recognize me as Enclave. I'll wear Legion armor though, from the NCR. Who's Pinus Malice? He's all alone here on the road. I might stab him in the stomach. In this game though, even if they detect you assaulting them with no one around, if you're detected, they like, you get caught. So I'm kind of scared to kill him. I can get him to stop for a second.
34 arms and a 40 vertical. Are you kidding me? He should be getting double-digit sacks, bro. What's the problem?
Mel, here's the thing I tell you. I'd rather drive a Mercedes than a pickup truck because I like to drive fast. At least I know I can go fast in a Mercedes.
I'd rather drive a Mercedes than a pickup truck. That's interesting. Ooh, the Pirates at the waterfront. I forgot about this.
That's what the NFL is about. I love this pick for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I just wonder how this is going to impact Trey Hendrickson and what they do with him.
You know what? They need somebody like Trey Hendrickson around. Throw this young man out the rest of the
I'll have your head, you filthy Nora.
You have that other guy you can sit and watch. Like, it's not just going to be on their new defensive coordinator out road. He can't just
That's kind of racist.
teach this young man how to pass rush. There's got to be people in the locker room that are going to help him to grow. He plays hard as hell. I mean, hard. They move him from a 9 technique outside the
Ooh, the guards are coming to help. Thank you.
And he can collapse the pocket, but he just doesn't have a plan.
takes us back to the stage. Molly is with Shamar. Molly.
Thanks, Green. Shamar. Scouts and GMs all rave about your physical gifts. You have a longer wingspan than LeBron James. How were you?
Well, let's go. The guard's fucking him up. Let's get him.
Man, I'm built for it. I'm made for my hard body. I'm made from this. I'm ready.
The Bengals' new defensive coordinator, Al Golden, known for his aggressive style. How can he bring out the best in you?
Man, it's going to go in straight line. Go in straight line. I'll figure everything else out.
Great. Well, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow's job just got a little bit harder in the AFC North. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gar.
Thank you.
Greeny.
Molly, thank you very much. Shamar Stewart. Again, the magnificent.
That's one of their swords.
The production that hasn't always lined up to it, but a player we did expect to hear his name early tonight. Mike Green still on the board. A lot of pass rush.
Throw that arrow right in his ass cheek.
To see with which order they would fall, and now they are starting to do just that. The Seattle Seahawks are on the clock, followed by Tampa and Denver, and we'll be back in 15 seconds after this word from Thrivent.
With Thrivent, your personal finances aren't just personal. We use money as a tool to help all the people we hold in our hearts. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more.
All right, we are back in Green Bay. The Seattle Seahawks are on the clock in an interesting offseason for Seattle after they send away Geno Smith and they sign up.
Interesting offseason. No, it wasn't. It was kind of boring, actually, Fag.
Second-year coach Mike McDonald. What direction should we be expecting now for the Seattle Seahawks here, picking at number 18?
We talked about a lot about the interior of the offensive line, and Tyler Booker is gone, and there's other guys that are available. And I think we talked about versatility, Boog and Lou, and that's where Gray Zabel, North Dakota State. I know there's some teams in the late first round were hoping he would slide through the cracks, but the versatility to play every position on the offensive line. Practiced at center at the Senior Bowl. Gray Zabel, I know he could have gone anywhere he wanted. He stayed at North Dakota State, loyal to that program, and he can play anywhere on that line, but he could be a Pro Bowl guard at the pro level.
Especially if they feel really good about their two tackles, those young tackles they're taking in the draft, Charles Cross and Abraham Luke. If they feel really good about those tackles, then I agree with Mel. Attacking the interior of the line is the way to go.
A quick notice, we await the commissioner. There's been one trade so far. The fewest in any first round in the common draft era is 3. We'll see if those start. But here's the commissioner.
With the 18th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel, guard, North Dakota State.
So there he is. Well, there's your guy. You just mentioned it. He had NIL offers to leave North Dakota State, but stayed in part so he could play with his brother. And as a result, he won his second FCS championship last year, got invited to the Senior Bowl. He was great there. This, by the way, is the 4th year in the last 5 the Bison have had an offensive lineman selected in the draft.
Yeah, you look at the start of the first 3 games that Matt Collard in 2023 moved to right tackle for the rest of that season. This past year he's at left tackle for North Dakota State. He's getting the job done again, getting it done there. Started the final 36 games of his career. 41 overall at left tackle, left guard, and right guard. They practice at center at the Senior Bowl in Lewis. Technique and a fiery approach. He's got a defensive mentality. Gray Zabel, I know down in Mobile, impressed a lot of offensive line coaches.
No doubt, certainly with his play on the interior, center, and guard. You go back to 23, as you mentioned, and you watch him there, where he started those games at left guard.
You what? CC, huh?
He looked like a guy who's going to be all rookie immediately. He's going to tell
Oh shit, bear.
the arm length does show up in tackle for him. He doesn't have that kind of physical range to deal with some of the pass rushers he would deal with in the NFL. But at guard, he's plug and play.
So he's headed to Seattle. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be next. Congratulations to Gray Zabel and his family. Again, the Bucs are on the clock, then the Broncos, then the Steelers.
Watch y'all take Shador Sanders for some weird